Hello everybody, this is Midnight Bacon and I am back in my creative world to bring you guys another awesome redstone creation. So today I am bringing you guys an item identifier. Basically what this can be used for is adventure maps, and what it is you can have an item that can be used as a key to open a door, and only one specific item that can be found in your map will open said door. So for example, let's say I put in a block of glass. I'll press the button, and after some time you'll see nothing happens. The door can't open, so the block of glass is the wrong item. It is not the key. So here's the redstone behind it. It looks messy, but I promise you it's really not tricky. There are some flaws in this this build, the design, so you're just going to bear with me. So let's say you have the wrong key like I just used. What will happen is you would have to wait about 5 or 10 minutes, I'm not sure, however long it takes for an item to despawn in order to give it another go. So once the items despawn, then you can try it again. Let me just put this back, and you can see that the proper key is actually ice. So let me go put an ice block in here and press the key and wait just a little bit, and the door is open. So like I said, this could be really useful for adventure maps, and I'll try to explain it as best I can. So just trying to or whatever. But okay, so as you saw first, there is a dispenser here that you put your item in, and you press the button, and after you press the button, there's a small timer that goes around and will power this dispenser here. Actually, let me keep those there just in case for safety. So the reason I have it on a little timer is because I want this dispenser to have enough time to dispense the item so that the item comes to a complete stop before this item is dispensed out. The reason is because I'm not really sure if or not, but just in case, if the item is still moving while that item is dispensed, and it is the same item, if it's the correct key, then that item in this dispenser here might pass this item and activate this pressure plate, and I'll explain it what this pressure plate does. So but anyway, so yeah, that's just to ensure that it works properly. But meanwhile, while this little timer goes off, it activates another little timer which goes around, and these are all set to 4 ticks. And basically, if the item is the correct item, if it's the proper key, and these items will clump together because, well, as you know, in I believe it was TU13, items are now stackable. So you see the ice blocks, they combine, and that's basically the only way this item identifier will work. Let me just grab these, get them out of there. So say it's the correct item, this will go around and you eventually activate this piston, and power will go through from the repeater through the block, powering this redstone, which activates the T flip-flop, which will then turn this redstone off, turning the torch on, and actually it'll turn the torch off, which will make the door close. The reason this is because the way I built mine, I just have my door in, like, this is actually the closed position, so basically this door is technically closed, so once the redstone torch is on, it's open. But this is how I did it. You probably don't have to do it that way, that's just how I have it, and that's the reason it is the torch is like that. And well, for one thing, the reason I have this wire here is connecting to this lever is because it's basically in case of emergency, because as I said before, there are flaws in this build. So say you do put the proper key in the block of ice, Sometimes it will not work. I'll explain that in a bit. So if it doesn't work, you just have to flip the lever, which will open the door. But that's like a last resort. So anyway, let's say you have the wrong item, like the block of glass. So the block of glass goes here, and the ice will eventually, when it's dispensed, it'll pass over the block of ice because, of course, it's not the same item, and it's not stackable. So when it happens, it'll fall on this pressure plate here. Let me just get that actually and just throw this there. And what that does is it pulls this sticky piston in along with this other sticky piston. So basically, this block cannot be extended, and the T flip-flop will not turn on. So I'll show that real quick. I'll try to actually let me just press this button. It'll show you how it works. So you see that ice gets dispensed here while this timer goes around. Block goes through, but nothing to activate the T flip-flop. But if you do have the correct item, which I'll do that real quick to show you it working. Okay, see that ice there? They stack. This goes around. That piston gets activated, and then retracts again. Activates the T flip-flop, and it powers the door. And since the door was already open, it just closes. And I'll just use this opportunity to show you that in case of emergency, let's say you do put the right item in, but it doesn't open, you just flip the lever, door opens. Simple. So basically, I'll explain to you how this doesn't work sometimes. Let's say you have the proper item. Sometimes, I don't know why it does this, but the item, after it's dispensed, sometimes it'll go to the side, well, not like that, but it'll fall to the side like that. Even though it's coming straight on this way from that dispenser, it'll get knocked to the side a little bit. And sometimes that causes the items not to stack, and that item, this one, will still flow through and land on the pressure plate. Also, let's say you use the wrong item. Sometimes that item it'll stop here still, but this ice, or the block from here, does not always it does not always go all the way to the end and fall down. Sometimes it'll stop just shy of it. However, this might be fixable. I'm not sure. Like maybe if you put a dispenser on this block here, I'm not sure I could try that. In fact, I guess I'll do that real quick. Give it a little test run. Okay, so let me grab a dispenser. Whatever. So I'll put the ice on there, and actually I'm gonna get some redstone and iron. So ice there. Okay, good. So let me just turn that off. Actually, let me put in a block of ice and see if this works. Okay, well, it works. So that might be a way to prevent this from, screwing up. Which actually probably is better to have it right there. Let me just try putting in the wrong item. Oops. Yep. So you see that. Right there, and yeah, so it looks like it's working actually better than it was before. So I believe I explained all there is to this. It's really, it's not tricky at all. It's just pretty sloppy redstone. I'm sure someone could come up with a better design, but other than maybe once or twice where it acts up a little bit. This is pretty reliable, and I don't know why. I feel like I'm missing something, like explaining something that I feel like I'm not explaining something that I should. I think I've covered it all though. Let me see. Oh yeah, well what I was thinking was actually maybe you could just have like a little doorway this way, that allows you to go collect this item in case it's the wrong key. You just go collect it up again real quick. You could probably do something like that if you wanted to. And just cover this up so people can't see. Yeah, so you could probably do something like that, and oops, broke that redstone. But yeah, so that's one way you could probably make it so that you don't have to wait like 10 minutes or 5 minutes or however long it is to try again. You can probably go there and just collect the item again if it's the wrong item. But yeah, guys, I think that's gonna do it. As always, this is Midnight Bacon, and thanks for watching.